So in this video I'll show you how to configure the driver for use with the PlayStation 2 emulator PCSX2. From my experience, the build version doesn't really matter. You can use old stable 1.4, I think it was. You can use the latest nightly builds or developer edition. It's 1.7 currently, I think. So let me run that. So let me connect the controller. Picked up wireless. Important thing, select the correct device mode, SDF in this case. If you haven't already selected, apply changes. It disconnects because restart isn't possible on Bluetooth, so just press the PS button again. There it is. Here it has its own layout. Not every pressure axis slider is visible because of limitations of direct input. That doesn't matter though, because PCSX2 uses a different API, but the bare basics of the controller are working, which is great. Now we need the utility open because we will make use of this little feature down here. So first of all, go into configuration. This might differ a bit depending on the version you're running, but let's go to gamepad settings. Now here, if this is ticked by default, we don't need X input, so just untick it so the list gets a bit shorter. Here is our device of interest. Direct input needs to remain ticked. Then we go to pad 1, and as you can see, you can either clear out the previous mappings. Let's just start from scratch here. Now, to make use of all of the pressure sensitive information, we now need to start by muting the default face buttons. What that means is with the pressure sensitive information, the controller always reports a digital state, a 0 or 1 for each button, like 1 is pressed and 0 is released. And additionally, a slider value, 0 to 255 when pressed. The challenge here is that the button information is faster, so to say, than the slider value. So the gamepad settings dialog would pick that up first. We don't want that. We want the pressure information to be dominant, so to say. And that's what this little button does. So no need to apply settings. This is hot reloadable, means it is instant if you click it. So let's just start with the D-pad. Click on up, so we press up on the D-pad. As you can see here, the control has been identified as slider. This is how it should look. Let me just untick that to demonstrate how it would be wrong. There you go. So it has detected the hat switch. This will work in most games, but it will not work in games that utilize the pressure sensitive values. So the harder you press the button, the higher the slider value gets. That's not possible like in this setup. So let's clear that and exercise that through. Up, down, left, right. As you can see, we have slider values. Same for the face buttons. The shoulder buttons are also pressure sensitive. The order doesn't really matter. This is just a demonstration after all. Here the triggers are a regular axis, so that's fine. These don't have pressure values. We do them later. Let's do the analog sticks. And the right one. Okay, So much for area axis and pressure value. Let's disable this feature so we get access to the non-pressure sensitive buttons again. So I'll select start and the thumb press down left, thumb button right, and we're basically done. So this is how it should look. All of the up, left, down. Am I missing? Up, down, left. Am I missing right? Yep. There we go. That's how it should look. So let's save it. Another thing in this mode that you probably want to configure is force feedback. Force feedback will translate rumble requests from games to the real rumble motors, the big heavy one that's on the left side in the controller and the small one that's to the right side of the controller. So here you see the only device with force feedback features currently is our controller. So let's select the big motor. The only thing important here to change is set this to constant. You can hit the test button and it should rumble. It's rumbling in my hand for a few seconds right now. Okay, that's good. Apply, back to controls, small motor. Here again, constant. Can test, the small one rumbles now. Leave the rest at default. And there we have it. That's a mapping with all features of the controller. So let's go into a game. Yay, unskippable intros. I can't really demonstrate that rumbling is working, except showing it on camera or holding the controller to the microphone. But what fun is that? You know, just test it yourself. Like right now, if I hit the car, it's rumbling. I think if I hit the corners too steep, it's rumbling as well. If I drive into the dirt, oh, I should look where I'm going instead of the OBS window. But you get the idea. I'm steering with the left thumbstick, so that's picking up the value. This game doesn't make use of pressure-sensitive buttons, I think. Because, no, I'm trying to ease in on the acceleration. No, okay. That's... There are other games. Metal Gear something something, I think, and the Maestro. I have no idea how to spell it. But you get the idea. So that's working fine. So thanks for watching. See you next time.